An innovative new product or service can give a firm a head start. Hello, friends. Today's topic is the speaking part of PT, and I'm going to give you some effective tips about the proper rate of fluency that can get you the best score out of 90. Let's say if you talk about the standard of 80, 90, 85, we have to maintain the right rate of fluency, and that's really important. That's what I'm going to tell you today. If you understand those technicalities, some hacks are there, your speaking score in PT Academic will be much better than what you're getting now. First of all, normally the candidates read the first part of speaking, that is read aloud, thinking that they have to read every word carefully and clearly, stopping each time so that their pronunciation is clear and they get 100% in pronunciation, let's say 5 out of 5 in pronunciation and content. But that's the wrong approach. If you're reading something slowly in order to make it too clear, but you are breaking up while reading, then you're getting a very poor score. It's not going to help you. Why? Because the fluency in PT speaking is the boss. It is the game changer. It gives you the highest score, regardless of what the PT score guide says. What I mean here is the PT score guide says that there is 5 points for fluency, 5 for pronunciation, 5 for content. But this is not exactly the case. Of course, the marks are distributed this way. But in reality, in the main test, if you are not fluent in the proper way, then your content is not going to help you. Yes, pronunciation is going to help to some extent. But if the fluency is poor, all the scores, even if you're getting better score in those parts, like pronunciation and content, you're going to get a poor score in speaking. So now let me give you some examples of what is the right fluency and what is the wrong one. Although maybe all the samples will show you that the reading is good to some extent, but the fluency is not. Let me read something for you. And I'll show you the way I'm going to read now is not a good one in terms of good fluency, but the reading is okay. For example, an innovative new product or service can give a firm a head start over its rivals, which can be difficult for a new entrant to overcome. The pronunciation is clear, the reading is okay, but you're not going to get a good score for this. Based on my assessment, it's going to be around 45, 46, something like that. Yeah, it's shocking. You might be wondering, you have read clearly with a good pronunciation, the reading, and then why you're getting, because you are not reading. I did not read fluently, and that is the main part. And also, this is not the way you should read a written text. Your fluency is tested because that is the part of the language that you have to be spontaneous while talking. It is also kind of a talking. Think about the news presentation. They actually read from a prompter, read something, a text, but they read it in a way as if they're talking, presenting something, right? So exactly you have to do it. And you should not break up, or you should not separate words and read just stopping at different parts of the sentences. You have to maintain the chunks of information and read them together, especially so it becomes easier. How to get the best mark in fluency? First of all, okay, let me give the example first, then I'll tell you. An innovative new product or service can give a firm a head start over its rivals, which can be difficult for a new entrant to overcome. That is the right fluency. If the new technology is also patented, then other firms cannot simply copy its design. It is legally protected. So that's the way you should read. Yes, you can read a bit faster as well, but this is only for those who are not very good in reading or pronunciation. And if they read it at a moderate pace, they make a lot of mistakes and they hesitate. In that case, you can read a bit faster. For example, an innovative new product or service can give a firm a head start over its rivals, which can be difficult for a new entrant to overcome. So if you're reading a bit faster and making little mistakes in the process, you are still getting a better score than reading slowly and making it correct in pronunciation. So rather than focusing so much on reading it clearly or pronouncing it clearly, you should focus on the fluency part then comes content and pronunciation, so that should be natural. Whatever pronunciation skill you have, you will get accordingly, but for that you don't have to speak or read slowly, because the computer software of PT Academic is quite sophisticated, and it has AI technology to understand any pace of reading or speaking. Okay, so don't do it. So how to be fluent? When you have a passage in front of you, for example, I've shown the passage here. In order to be fluent, what you have to do is target your breakpoints. And what is a break point? The point where you can give a little break to breathe. You cannot just break on any word. So that will be the complete chunk of information. Or we can say, if it is if I want to keep it simple, I would say that just have a target of where the sentence ends, or if there is a comma or punctuation. For example, in the passage you have, buying directly from farmers at markets allows you to understand the processes that make up food systems. So there is a comma after this sentence. You can give a little break to breathe. So keep a target of not stopping before that. Okay, so you will have the one or two, three break points in a sentence, that I'll stop there, comma, full stop, hyphen, semicolon. Or if there is a break point like and there is this new sentence, which that sometimes you can also give a little break on those places. And then you have to read the rest of the parts fluently. So at least at a medium pace. If not, if that pace is not comfortable, you have to read a bit faster. Medium fast is the right pace for many who are not able to read at a medium pace. So if you keep that in mind and read that way, keeping the breakpoints in mind beforehand, and those are the punctuations or linkers that don't break the meaning or change the meaning, you are getting the best score. So let me give you one final sample of read aloud here for the fluency. Buying directly from farmers and markets allows you to understand the processes that make up food systems, gives insight into the seasons and land, and creates a connection between you and the people who grow your food. Small scale farms conserve soil in important fields, meadows, and surrounding open spaces that are crucial to maintaining a healthy environment. That is the best fluency to get 90 or 85. And you already have seen the my score on the screen. Like, I scored 90 in all modules, so you can take my samples as the maximum standard of PT speaking.